when you're serving, when you honor and serving God and keep Him first, you never lose.
Experiencing Amazing Transformation Podcast. I'm your host, Kim, and today we have the honor, oh my gosh, to celebrate a giant in faith, an amazing pillar in our community, God's gift to earth, Bishop Paul C. Wright. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you.
So we are here just honoring your leadership, your love, the passion that you have for God's people. And we are just honored that you allowed us to interview you and just talk to you and just let others know more about this wonderful man of God.
It's quite a blessing, I'll say it this way, to be because God is the one that, that sends His approval upon whatever we do when we're serving Him. But it doesn't stop with the person or persons that's giving it. That's what you call an overflow. In other words, the God feeds you, and we are His workers, vineyard workers. We might not all be doing the same thing, but we're working in His vineyard.
Yes.
And see, and Paul said it this way. Paul says some planted, some watered.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're doing.
Right.
And when we do that, we don't have to worry about the increase because He's never failed.
Oh, that's good.
He never failed, see. So, in other words, when you're serving, when you honor and serving God and keep Him first, you never lose. He's not a loser. He's a winner. And when you please, well, let's say it this way, you want to look at total life is in pleasing Him, because He is the creator and He's the maker of everything. So if He created it and make it, that means He's the owner. He knocks at the door and still knocking. In the way He states it in His word, He said, if any man, He didn't say Bob, Sue, Sally, whatever, right. Didn't have to, but He's talking to Bob, Sue, Charlie, Sally, whoever. When He said, if any, it doesn't matter what your name is, it doesn't matter where you live. He said, if any man, if you answer that knock that He's at, He said, He'll come in. Who in the world is it that don't want God to come into your life? See, if you see a few tears running, that's just joy.
That's all right. That's all right. It's the joy of the Lord.
That's joy. That's what that is. See, His presence, just His presence changes the whole atmosphere. I hear people, and I don't criticize, but I hear people, make mention of different times when things is going on and say, we had a time, and I tell you, the Lord showed up, and He showed out. You don't have to show out. When the Lord show up, He is the show. See, Just him, oh good God, just him showing up changes the whole atmosphere. See, that's what he does for us. And it's no limit to what you can do because he said all, A-L-L, that's all.
Oh.
If you got a vessel of any kind and you put any kind of anything in it, any fluid in it or whatever, it can be water or whatever, bring it here, I want it dry. Okay, here we go. If it's got a drop in it, it ain't dry.
Right.
Well, it ain't empty, see?
It ain't
See? So he's complete. There is no short, nothing short. When it comes to God, he full feels. That full means all the way at the top.
Yeah. Full field.
Yes.
That's good to me. I'll take it.
Yeah. And see, this is where the joy comes.
Yes.
And because, see, God speaks to the spirit. That's your inner heart. And it's not this the text, tickles or how you want to say the heartbeat, but it's the most important part of the person because he speaks to your mind, your conscience, and your entire system. When he speaks, his word is so powerful that it doesn't matter what part of your body is hurting. Your knee might be hurting, but maybe your head, but he can take care of this. And he already knows. And he's just waiting for me to ask.
That's it.
See? And when it comes to paying, I don't care what the problem is, he got it. It doesn't matter what he's got it. And see, all he wants us, the first thing and the main thing that he honors is when we take part of, see, we don't have no time. He give it to us. We don't have no time. I don't know no time. You don't know no time. He gives it to us. And if he want to extend, I was in a citywide revival one time, and one of the preachers that was doing the revival actually said, Reverend Wright, you think you're going to live? No, he said, you think God will let you live to be 100? I said, no. Okay. Look at the course in the Act. He said, do I think the Lord will let me? No, I don't. I'm going to tell you where I'm going. No, and I still don't. I'm answering the question the way it was asked and being truthful with the answer to the question.
Yeah.
Do you think God's going to let you live to be? No. Okay. What is the answer to it? And the reason I say no is if I say, yeah, I'm saying something I don't even know. No. I might not live till tomorrow. God might not 100. God might want to keep me 115.
You're right.
You see what I mean? So my answer to him was no, which was the true answer. So all God wants the truth. And that's what I told him.
That's good to me.
Well,
that's good.
See, that's what I tell you.
Yes.
He wants to, and see the point of it. You can't hide nothing from him. And we don't have to even open your mouth. He knows what you're thinking. He knows what you're feeling. Because he made you. Shouldn't he know? Shouldn't he know all about you?
Absolutely.
That's right. See, he's total. There's nothing missing. He's total. He's complete. And do I, as far as time goes, Even in the 121st number of Psalms, it tells us he never slumbered. See, he sleeps with me every night. Every night. And that's the only way I woke up, was he came in there with his divine touch.
Yeah.
Okay, the people in China, the reason they woke up, the same one on
He's everywhere.
yes.
Omnipresent.
The same one that woke me.
Yes.
Woke me that woke you.
Yes, sir.
See, he already know your name. He know where you live. He ain't got to ask nobody what number there. He already got the numbers that he know. And he's the only one. See, he's omnipresent. That means he's all present everywhere. Somebody need him in Germany. You pray. You ain't got to wait till you get there. God is already there. He's already there. And he don't have to shorten. In other words, he's never too busy. He's never too, because while he's taking care of the thing in Germany, somebody might call it in Spain, where he's there also. Because he's the only one that don't have to leave one place to get the word, for he's already there. And he's up. See,
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. We are here for it. And it's good to us.
You see, there was my daughter and she is so sweet, punky.
She is.
And when I'm a lot of times even at the church where I'm pastoring, I make mention, I said, everybody need a pumpkin.
Everybody. I
Yes.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
She reminds me of my mom and her mom.
Really?
And Pumpkin got my mom's voice. When she sang, you could put them in whatever room, put them out of your sight and let them sing.
You wouldn't know.
And if when whoever starts it, if my mom started the song and Pumpkin started singing, you can't tell the same voice. She got my mom's voice.
That's so
She sure had. And God help. I sung my first song in church. I guess maybe I was 6 years old. I don't know for sure. I was 5 or 6. 6 at the most. I went over 6 years old when I heard in the name of the song was "Does Jesus Care When I'm Oppressed?"
Oh my God.
And back that time, didn't have all of the music, nothing,
Instruments.
all of the musical equipment and so forth, especially drums. And my dad's second oldest sister, she had a sawed-off broom handle, and that's what she used. That's what she used to beat the drum with the time beat. And when I would start the song, "Does Jesus care when I'm oppressed? I know my Jesus care." And then she picked that in it, boom, boom, and that boy, boom, boom. Oh yes, I know he cares. That's it. She was the president of the Sunshine Band back then.
Wow.
Yeah, this was way back, and like I'm saying.
This episode is proudly brought to you by our legacy sponsor, Victoria Balke, Farm Bureau Insurance Agent.
That was my first church song. I sang it. I can sing it now.
And you were 6?
Huh?
You were about 6?
Yeah, not old. I might not be quite. But how old is she?
4.
Yeah, 6 at the most. I might not even been 6.
Wow. So you've been in ministry you've been in the church since when?
Always. Cause see, my dad. Yeah, I got pictures of my mom and dad on my camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did some pictures. That they took, and my first wife is on there, and then all the whole family, Pumpkin, and the rest of her sisters and brothers are on there.
So was your dad a preacher?
Yeah, he was. See, well, I'm gonna tell you, I got the gifts. I guess you could call it the anointing, the gifts and things that the Lord have given me is from my dad and my mom. Every day they would be somewhere ministering to or praying, for people. And this same thing, the Lord uses me to pray, to encourage people. And I love people. I don't know nobody that I hate. Yeah, I disagree with.
That's
whatever.
awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Disagree with, because in Luke, the Lord, and see, I tend to, whatever the Lord want to do, I'm not, in other words, Paul or whatever says, that's my name, first name.
Right.
But I'm trying to continue to listen to whatever God gives. And that's what I have always, I was taught that at home. Did I obey everything? That no, I'm being honest, no. But see, there's a difference in if let's say this way, I don't know nobody as a child obeyed everything that their parents did. But then there's something that, because you didn't obey something, you notice I put the some in there, that don't mean you're rebellious. See what I'm saying?
I do.
See, there's a difference. See, when you get to the point of rebellion, that becomes a spirit, a part of you, where you start to begin to reject everything, good or bad, what, no matter what. I got this. No, you don't have it. And that's a difference in personality. And whereas do I know, Solomon said it this way, lean not to thine own understanding. It ain't about what I think. It ain't about, what we think. He said, lean not to thine own understanding. He said, in all. And just that example I just showed about the water bottle and that. Everything we do, we need to check in with him. And we don't have to stop. You can do that while you're driving down the highway. Just keep him in your heart. God said David was a man after his own heart.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, some people, how in the world, I had a person, how in the world can you keep your mind on you run? God ain't never run nobody crazy. They did. I've heard that. I've heard say that. Yeah, ain't no way you can keep your mind. The Bible wouldn't say keep your mind on the Lord. So I ain't gonna run nobody. I would tell them, if you're missing a little bit up, that's because you don't keep your mind on the Lord.
That's right. That's right.
God ain't never run nobody crazy.
You right.
He is the healer. He's the one that restores your thinking. You see, Solomon said it this way: the beginning of wisdom. The beginning of wisdom. He said, is when he said, in other words, you trust God. He said to fear, that's what he used, the word fear, but he ain't talking about God's going to scare them. He's talking about honor and trust God. In other words, listen in your spirit, just your heart. In other words, your soul.
Right.
Be obedient. God ain't gonna never lead you astray. Because his son died on the cross in John 3:16, which is the theme, the whole theme of the Bible. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. And that's true. Jesus paid the debt. Okay? And a lot of people, I've been speaking, with some people, and I don't, let's say it this way, none of us know everything. We always, if we are in need to learn, okay? But then what I'm saying to learn is that we remain open and receptive, in other words, ready to receive from him, because he knows everything.
Yeah.
He knows everybody. He is everywhere. And when I realize that, in other words, what I'm saying is, yeah, okay, I know, no, take it serious. No matter where, that's why David said, though I walk through the valley, not sunshine and pools and lakes, he says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
My God.
See, I ain't gonna fear, because I got protection. Ain't nobody with God.
You right about
Ain't nobody, nothing and nobody. That way back, there was a guy, and he did record this out. I don't think they had the CDs on it, because it's been way that Leroy Brown put out a recording. And it's bad Leroy Brown. That's what they always was up there when I'm on the floor teaching. I tell him, I make mention of that. And I said, if any of y'all haven't run into Leroy, tell him, his little preacher at this little church here, tell him, say, I know somebody better than he is.
That's it.
Yeah, I know somebody better than he is.
Better than
he is. Yeah. You ain't whooping the one I know. See, because he ain't never lost. Paul made mention of putting the whole armor on.
Right.
Okay, but even at that point, we are sometimes to give up. We're human. And sometimes we go, too extreme. Some of us are stronger than others.
Right.
God didn't make carbon copies. Where there's some people that have the need to pray a little more often than others. It's whatever the Spirit, I have the Spirit dictate to you. But now to just disregard it, no, Lord, God ain't pleased with that. You need to recognize the one who created us, who was God. But Paul said it this way, put on the whole armor. But he didn't make nothing but a back. And it seems odd that, I say odd, it's true, it's God, the word ain't never, I'm just saying, will allow I'm not a criticizer of people, just making mention of what happened, even me, if I happen to say, do or say something. But when you're in battle, in which we are, okay, got the whole armor on.
Right.
Didn't make nothing but a back. Well, he didn't forget. He intended it that way. And this is what Paul said. And this is what Paul said, and when you have done all to stand, guess what he said? He didn't say run. He didn't say back up. He didn't say turn your back. He told you stay there. But you see, this is what we need to realize. That's our victory. When I get to that point, and I did all that I can do, the devil is in trouble.
That's it.
My God finished.
That's
My
it.
God is right there. And see, and the reason, the reason God is doing it is because he know I'm trying my very best. And he is not going to let me go down.
He said, don't worry, baby, just stand up. I got the rest.
That's right.
That's good to me.
He ain't going to see it sound odd. Why in the world? Because I done did it. No. You don't leave.
Don't leave.
God
Don't
is
sit
there.
down.
God is there.
Man.
And he ain't going to stand there and watch you go down. You ain't going down.
Nuh-uh.
See that?
That's better than that's yum good. That's yum good. Ooh-wee.
See, so this is why, when people begin to maybe think strange over you, or maybe, do some name calling or whatever. I don't mind that. They just don't understand who he is.
They just don't understand.
Because if they knew who he was, you'd be acting just like I am, crazy as a bat.
You right.
And I tell people,
Full of joy, though.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. When I go in chapel down there, I say, here this crazy guy showing up again.
That's all right.
And I told him, I said, I ain't changing. I said, it ain't gonna change.
That's it.
That's right.
That's
I said, I'm
it.
still trying to see. What I'm saying is, and then I'll be telling them, I said, and you look at it, one that's not afraid. I say, because whatever God give me to do or say, I say, I'm crazy enough to do it.
Man.
I say, and the reason I am, because God ain't gonna let me down. See?
That's it.
That's all he wants. If you go, he ain't gonna just let you know. That's why David said it. He said, thou prepared a table for me.
For me.
Yeah. He ain't worried about what enemies is around there. Matter of fact, he want them to see him bless you.
Yes.
And then he be there fluffing and blowing and God ain't even, if he ain't mind, God gonna blow him away. But David said, in the presence of mine enemy, and thou anointest my head with oil. And then who is it in the world? He said, surely, he said, goodness shall follow me. How long? All the days of my life. And I'll dwell in the house of the Lord forever. What a statement. In God, he is true. He will do it. That's like the 121st Psalm. I say he never slumbered. If I need him 3 o'clock in the morning, so what? He's the one that's on the time, and he don't even sleep. Never slumber, never sleep. He's awake for us.
Yes.
See, and it don't matter where you are. Like in I say have church really, because we play songs and whatever and discuss the Bible a lot of time when it's here every night. And when she get ready to leave, we have prayer together. And a number, probably about say 4 or 5 months ago, we have finished, the singing and playing the music, and so forth. And had the prayer. And she was finna leave and go. And God dropped something in my spirit. And I told her, I said, baby, hold up a minute. I said, come here. And what he put in my spirit was 2 words. And I told her, I said, Lord, just put this in my spirit. And I said, after every prayer, I said, it don't have to be, I said, it can be for your food, or it can be for you before you go to bed, or it can be while you're driving down the road, no matter where, when, or what. I said, the Spirit said, add this. And I told her, I said, the Lord said, after you pray, I said, you remember in the Bible, he said, by my stripes, you are healed. I said, that word "are" is a present thing. I said, so what's happening here and what happens? I said, none of us know. We don't know when we're going to get sick or whatever. I said, God don't bring no sickness. I said, and he said, by faith. I said, if we got the faith, we already healed.
If we have the faith.
That's right. And she left and went on to for me and never had no problem. They're still on. She come back that next evening and she said, Dad, let me tell you what happened. And I told her, I said, remember, she never had no kind of problem. She said, last night, when I got up this morning, she said, last night, she said 3 cars were parked in the parking lot that got broken into. She said mine was number 4, but it wasn't hers.
My God.
Wow.
I told her.
Victory.
I told it was what God gave. See, we don't know everything. We don't see everything. And we don't, like I said, we did some prayed, and, and he spoke, the Spirit, and had me come call back here. See, God knew what was going to take place.
Yes, he did.
See, that's why Solomon said, lean not to thine own. See, we just said, I don't care what at church, when I'm at church, and God makes mention about that a child should lead them. So sometimes it's good to listen to your children and even the little fellas. Because a lot of time at church, I said, we don't know when the door closed. That's like right now. We don't know what's out there.
Right.
Could be a dangerous reptile of some kind or something. Or anything.
Right.
Don't go. I'll get it. I'll get it. Open that door and you're gone. See? That's like she didn't know. We don't know. But being obedient when in a lot of times in other words, when God speaks or whatever, we need to listen. That's our protection.
That's our protection. Let the people know how old you are.
Huh?
Let the people know how old you are.
Oh, well, what's this? 6 months. Another year in 6 months, I'll be 90 years old.
Listen, I can't remember my third grade teacher.
I will be.
My God.
Yeah, born in 1936, October 21st.
Oh my God.
October 21st.